Hello, sport fans. Tom Harmon back with you once again for Sports Vision's All-American Game of the Week. This week, our cameras move to the Big Ten for an exciting ball game between the Wisconsin Badgers and the Michigan State Spartans. Many football fans believe that this Michigan State team at this stage of the season could quite possibly be the best team in the nation. But we'll find out a little bit more about their great football squad in just a moment. It's a dark and drizzly afternoon in Madison, Wisconsin, as the crowds begin to file into Camp Randall Stadium early for the Big Ten Titanic between the powerful Michigan State Spartans and the highly regarded Badgers of Wisconsin. It's homecoming day for the Badgers, and this is a game that could derail either Wisconsin or Michigan State as Rose Bowl contenders. Each sports an identical league record of 2 wins and 1 loss. The Spartans losing only to conference-leading Michigan, and Wisconsin bowing to Ohio State a week ago. Wisconsin has an intersectional loss to USC out in Los Angeles, but that doesn't affect its Big Ten standings. Meanwhile, many experts contend the freewheeling Spartans, off their convincing win over Notre Dame and their close loss to Michigan, may well be the most underrated team in American college football. So it's the last call for the Rose Bowl. The vanquished may lose its final chance of reaching Pasadena. Climatic conditions are far from perfect. The rain has come down intermittently throughout the night and early morning. Notice the Michigan Staters when they race onto the field, sidestepping the puddles on their way to the sidelines. And here come the Spartans of Michigan State, one of the outstanding offensive teams in football. Left half Clary Peaks is the spark of the Spartan backfield. Here's captain and guard Carl Nystrom. And the sophomore head coach of Michigan State, Duffy Doherty. Onto the field now comes the Wisconsin Badgers, who draw a big ovation from the homecoming throng in Madison. Keys to the Badger attack are fleet Danny Lewis, veteran backfield star Billy Lowe. Captain Wells Gray of Wisconsin and Carl Nystrom of Michigan State meet in the center for the flip of the coin. The teams get their final instructions from the coaches, and we're ready to go with our All-American Game of the Week. Quarterback Earl Morrall kicks off for Michigan State. Bill Lowe takes it deep in his own territory. Swings back down the sideline, picking up his blockers, is hit hard, still on his feet, and finally caught from behind and dropped on the Wisconsin 31-yard line. So it's the Badgers' ball. First down, 10 yards to go from that point. Out of the huddle, single wing formation to the left. Comes back to the fullback, Thomas. Thomas drives in over left tackle, powering his way for 8 yards. Jerry Planutis making the stop. The Badgers now shift into the single wing formation to the right side. 2nd and 2 on the Wisconsin 39. Ball comes back to Jimmy Miller. Miller fakes a pass, lowers his shoulder, drives in over right tackle. No gain on the play. Badgers ball, 3rd down, 2 to go on their own 49-yard line. The rain has almost washed out the yard markers. Fullback Chuck Thomas takes the handoff this time from the quarterback, gets a yard at left tackle. So it's 4th and 1 at midfield. Jimmy Miller gambling, takes the quarterback sneak at right guard and makes the first down. So the Badgers have picked up the first down of the game. It's 1st and 10 on the Michigan State 48. Fullback Chuck Thomas takes the pitch out, swings around the left end with his blockers, picks up 1 block, tries to cut back inside, gets some extra yardage as he goes forward for 4 yards. Pat Burke making the tackle. 2nd and 6 now. Badgers ball on the Michigan State 44. Michigan State lining up there in a 6-man defensive line as they shift. Single wing right this time for the Badgers. Quarterback Jimmy Miller takes the ball, rolls out to the right side. Cuts inside, picks up a block, is slowed down and hit and dropped after a gain of 2. 3rd down, 4 yards to go. The Badgers ball on the Michigan State 42. T formation this time. The pitch out comes back to Billy Lowe. Lowe following his blockers, trying to get to the outside. Powers his way forward for 4 yards and a first down. Ivy Williamson, the head coach of Wisconsin, watching the activity there. So it's 1st and 10 now. The Badgers on the move on the Michigan State 38. Single wing formation over to the right side as Michigan State swings into a 6-man defensive lineup. Jim Miller taking the ball, fading to pass, almost loses his footing. Handkerchief flag down on the field. Miller tries to run, gets away from one tackler, cuts back, gets forward for 7 yards. But the penalty nullified the game. Wisconsin's ball now, 1st and 15 on the Michigan State 43. Pat Levenhagen takes the pitch out, tries to pick up his blockers, cuts back inside, gets a 4-yard gain on the play. So it's 2nd and 11 now. The Badgers ball on the Michigan State 39. Single wing formation, unbalanced line to the left. The ball comes back to Jim Miller. Miller fading to pass, is rushed, steps up, is hit, is almost dropped, pitches a lateral back. Thomas takes the lateral and is still on his feet, driving hard. But the referee's whistle has blown, said the ball was dead when Miller was tackled. So it's Wisconsin's ball, 3rd and 18 now on the Michigan State 46. The Spartans getting tougher all the time defensively. Buck lateral series. Thomas on the keep this time, veering off left tackle, breaking away from tacklers for an 11-yard gain. Robinson making the tackle. Wisconsin has it now, 4th and 7 on the Michigan State 35. Badgers shift into punt formation. Pat Levenhagen back. The snap from center. Levenhagen kicks. He's angling for an out-of-bounds shot. And the ball does go out of bounds at the Michigan State 16-yard line. So the Spartans will take over from that point. 1st and 10. Unbalanced line to the left side. T formation, handoff to Jerry Musetti. Musetti turns the right end, cuts inside, is spilled after a gain of 3. Makes it 2nd down, 7 yards to go on the Michigan State 19. Earl Morrall running the team from the quarterback spot. Morrall takes the ball, fakes a handoff to the right halfback, hides it, rolls out to the right, fires complete to Dave Kaiser for a gain of 9 yards and a Michigan State first down. 1st and 10 now on the Michigan State 28. Ball is handed off this time. Kowalczyk. Kowalczyk breaking through the center of the line, spinning away from one tackler, gets a beautiful straight arm there. Swings to the sideline, turns on the speed. He's forced to the sideline, and look at that straight arm as he knocked the tackler off his feet at the 15 and goes 72 yards for a Michigan State touchdown. Beautiful run. Try for the extra point now. Kick is up, and it's good. Michigan State leads Wisconsin 7-0. Pick up the play late in the quarter now, where it's Wisconsin's ball, 2nd and 6 on their own 36. Jimmy Haluska passing. The pass is deflected. Incomplete, intended for Dick Collian. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. The Badgers ball on their own 36. Haluska fakes the handoff to Thomas, rolls out to the right side, has time, gets a block, passes. The pass is intercepted by Kowalczyk. On the Wisconsin 37, he gets back to the 39-yard line before he's dropped. And Ivy Williamson's passing attack is not working so well at this stage. So it's 1st down, 10 to go. Spartans ball on the Wisconsin 39. Earl Morrall fakes the handoff, fades to pass, has the receiver out there, fires. It's complete. Tony Kowalczyk for 11 yards and a first down. First down, 10 yards to go on the Wisconsin 28. Go back. Jerry Lowe takes it on the smash. Driving off left tackle. Goes to the Wisconsin 21-yard line. Go back. Walt Kowalski swings this time around left end, picks up his blockers, cuts inside, gets away from one tackler. 15-yard gain and the Michigan State first down. The Spartans are on the move. Bad weather at Camp Randall doesn't seem to have hampered that Michigan State offense. Morrall on the quarterback sneak. Goes forward for 3 yards. So it's 2nd down, goal to go now on the Wisconsin 3. And Kowalczyk takes the ball, drives over left tackle, fights his way, can only get to the 1. As the quarter ends, Michigan State leads Wisconsin 7-0. Second quarter now. The Spartans shift to the single wing right, unbalanced line. Clary Peaks, the left halfback, takes the ball, powers his way behind his blockers into the end zone for a Michigan State touchdown. The conversion is no good, so the Spartans lead by a score of 13-0. Following the kickoff, we pick up the play. Wisconsin's ball, 1st and 10 now on the Wisconsin 36. The Badgers shift to a single wing right. Michigan State up there in a 7-man defensive line. Chuck Thomas on the buck lateral keep. Over the left guard spot, drives forward before losing his footing for 9 yards. So it's 2nd and 1 now on the Wisconsin 45. Single wing formation to the right. Thomas up, Miller back. Ball comes back to Jimmy Miller. Miller rolls out behind his blockers. On the optional, cuts inside. He is hit by 5 white jerseys after a gain of 5 yards, but it's a first down. Running play moved it to the 45, so it's now 2nd and 5 on the Michigan State 45. Miller back in the tailback spot. Miller fakes to throw a pass. Can't spot a receiver. Taking his time, looking for it, decides he's going to run with it. Cuts back upfield and gets forward for 5 yards, and it's a first down. 1st and 10 now. Miller again faking the pass, rolling out around the right side. A beautiful bit of head work. Jimmy Miller, avoiding one tackler, is forced out at the sidelines after a gain of 12 and a first down for Wisconsin. So it'll be the Badgers' ball now, 1st and 10 on the Michigan State 27. Pat Levenhagen takes it on the cross bucket left guard for a gain of 4. Badgers on the move for the first time in the game. Miller again this time on a straight shot at left tackle, following his blockers, is hit hard after gaining 5. Wisconsin really trying to power their way back into this ball game. Pitch out this time is at Levenhagen. Levenhagen finally fights forward for 3 yards, and that's enough for a first down. So it's first down, 10 yards to go now for the Badgers on the Michigan State 15. The keep this time by Chuck Thomas at left guard for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Ball comes back to Thomas. He tries the same spot, but is thrown for a 2-yard loss by Matsko. So it's 3rd and 11 on the Michigan State 16. Jimmy Miller trying to get that pass away, looking for a receiver. They're covered. Loses his footing and drops for a loss of 5. 4th down, 16 yards to go. The ball resting on the Spartans' 21-yard line. Michigan State fighting to keep this touchdown if they can help it. Jimmy Miller rolling back again. Has beautiful protection. Decides to run, throws a running pass. The ball is knocked out of the hands of Jim Rohnke, and Michigan State takes over on down. After a running play, we pick it up. 2nd and 7 now. Kowalczyk takes the pitch out, swings it left end, has a blocker out in front of him. Moving down the sideline, picks up 2 more blockers. He's slowed down from behind, but still on his feet, trying to straight arm his tackler. Goes for 35 yards, and it's a first down. Joyce made the tackle. Line play has picked up 2 yards. Quarterback Earl Morrall now, fading to pass. Can't spot a receiver. Is dropped for a loss of 2 yards by Dick Collian. 3rd and 10 now for the Spartans on the Wisconsin 36. Belly handoff, this time pitch out to Kowalczyk, down to the left side. Kowalczyk trying to turn the corner on the muddy field, is finally ridden out of bounds after a gain of 15, and it's a Michigan State first down. The Spartans are on the move again. Flanker to the right side, unbalanced line. Fullback Jerry Planuta, straight power into the center, a gain of 4 yards. The penalty, however, makes it now 2nd and 12, and the Spartans shift into the single wing right. Earl Morrall takes the ball. The optional runner pass to the right side. Decides to run it, cuts in, follows his blockers, and is hit hard and fumbled. And the Wisconsin Ball Club recovers. Wells Gray falls on the elusive pigskin, so the Badgers take advantage of the break. The line play picked up 2 yards, so it's now Wisconsin's ball. And the pitch out this time is to Levenhagen. Levenhagen cutting inside. Is tripped up after a gain of 9 yards by Clary Peaks, but it's enough for a first down. And that's the half. Michigan State 13, Wisconsin nothing. Back at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, where a capacity crowd of more than 53,000 fans has seen Michigan State take a 13-0 halftime lead over the hometown Wisconsin Badgers. There's plenty of talk about the weather because the drizzle continues as the colorful halftime pageant unfolds. But most of the talk is about 198-pound Walt Kowalczyk, Michigan State's phenomenal sophomore halfback. Kowalczyk put the Spartans out in front with a 72-yard touchdown burst. And during the first 2 quarters, he's ground out the unbelievable total of 140 yards. Remember that name. He's a good one. Now here comes Michigan State back on the field for the second half, followed by the Badgers of Wisconsin. Our score as we get set for the third quarter of a game, which is a key one in the race to the Rose Bowl, Michigan State 13, Wisconsin nothing. Chuck Thomas kicking off for the Badgers. Gets off a long kick. It's a squib one, however. Gets away from the receiver. Walt Kowalczyk finally picks it up at about the 10-yard line. Looks around to the left side. Tries to find a blocker. Swings wide to the left. Gets away from 1 tackler. 2, 3 tacklers missing. Once again, he picks up his blockers as the 4th tackler misses him, and he swings and reverses his field to the far side. Coming up. Gets at the 40. Straight arms one man there, still on his feet, and finally forced out of bounds on the Wisconsin 46-yard line. A beautiful run. But a penalty for clipping moves the Spartans back to their own 1-yard line. Jerry Planutis drives into the center of the line on the first play for a gain of only a yard. So it's 2nd and 9. Michigan State's ball on their own 2-yard line. Kowalczyk this time swinging wide to the left, running powerfully, getting through for 4 yards. So it's 3rd down, 5 yards to go as Michigan State goes into punt formation. Earl Morrall kicking from his own end zone. It's a long one downfield. Jimmy Miller takes it. Grabs it on the Wisconsin 41. Reverses his field, comes back to the sideline, picks up a block, tries to cut in between 3 Michigan State tacklers, but is bounced down hard. Gets back to the Michigan State 45. Following a series of plays, we pick up the play as Miller now tries to get away a pass. Is running to the sideline, is caught and picks up only a yard on the play. So it's Wisconsin's ball, 3rd and 9 now on the Michigan State. Flanker to the left side. Ball given off to Levenhagen as he tries right tackle. Gets through for 3 yards. Badgers ball now, 4th and 6 on the Michigan State 26. Buck lateral this time. Thomas to Levenhagen, who pitches back to Miller. Miller swinging wide around the left end. Trying to get away from those tacklers, but can only pick up 7 yards. That's enough for the first down. So it's 1st and 10 for the Badgers on the Spartan 19-yard line. Levenhagen takes the pitch out this time. Picks up his blocker, cuts to the inside, goes forward for 4 yards. Line play made 5 more, so it's now Wisconsin's ball, 3rd and 1 on the Michigan State 10, and the Badgers are driving. Danny Lewis on the keep this time from the buck lateral into the center of the line for 2 and a first down. Following play, however, gained nothing, so it's 2nd down now on the Michigan State 8. And it's Danny Lewis driving hard at left tackle for a gain of 3. Michigan State trying to stop this touchdown drive. 3rd down, goal to go as the ball is pitched back to Chuck Thomas. Thomas cuts in at right tackle, is hit and swarmed under by white jerseys after a gain of 2. Ivy Williamson hoping his boys can punch this one in there. But the Spartans, however, stood firm and took over on downs. So the first play, it's Jerry Missetti at left guard for a gain of 2. Michigan State on the move now after that great goal line stand. The pitchback is to Jerry Planutis. Planutis, however, is dropped for a loss of 1 by Jim Reinke, the great end for Wisconsin. So it's 3rd down, 9 yards to go on the Michigan State 24 as Morrall goes in for a quick kick. Gets it away. Ball goes far down the field over the head of Jimmy Miller, who is playing the safety position. Ball is bouncing and is finally out of bounds. A 53-yard kick. Beautiful kick by Morrall. 1st and 10 now. Miller back in the tailback spot. Takes the ball, cuts in over left tackle, following his interference. For 4 yards as the 3rd quarter ends. With the score, Michigan State still 13, Wisconsin nothing. As we start the first play of the 4th quarter. Pass play failed, so it's now 3rd down, 6 yards to go on the Wisconsin 27-yard line. Miller back to pass. Fumbles the ball as he tries to get it away, is pushed away from it. It's recovered by Dave Kaiser for Michigan State on the Wisconsin 24. And the Spartans have a break. So it'll be first down, 10 yards to go on Wisconsin's 24-yard line. Kowalczyk takes the handoff from the right halfback position, cuts to the outside, reverses that ball, and runs away from the secondary as he goes for a 24-yard touchdown jump. What a day Kowalczyk is having today. The kick was good, so the score is Michigan State 20, Wisconsin nothing, as the partisan Badger fans are not too happy. Late in the fourth quarter now, we pick up the play where it's Wisconsin's ball, 1st and 10. Danny Lewis taking the handoff, running out from his own goal line, cuts back inside, is finally forced out of bounds after a gain of 3. So it's 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Wisconsin's ball on their own 14-yard line. Jimmy Haluska back to pass, shoots to the left flat. The pass is complete to Kolyan for a gain of 6. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Badgers ball on their own 20. From the T formation, flanker right, it's Danny Lewis, the ball carrier, circling the left end position, getting through for 7 yards and a Wisconsin first down. The series has moved the ball to where we pick it up now, 2nd and 10 on the Wisconsin 43. And again, it's Lewis, the ball carrier, as he circles left end for another gain, this time 8 yards. It'll be 3rd down, 2 yards to go. The ball now in Michigan State territory on the Spartans' 49-yard line. Lewis tries the inside spot at left tackle, can only get a yard. 4th and 1 now. Chuck Thomas, however, takes over the ball carrying duties. Driving very hard, gets through for 8 yards and a first down. The Badgers have gambled and won. First down, 10 yards to go on the Michigan State 40-yard line. Left end split wide to the left side. Flanker right as Haluska fades to pass. Has the protection. Look at that protection. As he fires over the center of the line, the ball is deflected. Incomplete. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Wisconsin's ball on the Michigan State 40. Haluska again fading back to pass. Shoots a little screen pass out to the left side to Johnny Bridgman. Bridgman cuts to the sidelines, is hit and driven out of bounds, but Wisconsin is penalized for clipping. It'll be 2nd down, 26 yards to go on the Wisconsin 46. Haluska back this time to pass again. Out this time to the right side. The pass is incomplete. Michigan State is penalized for holding. So the penalties even up. It's 2nd and 7 now on the Michigan State 35 as Haluska back to pass again. Can't spot a receiver and slips as he tries to run. Drops for a loss of 3 yards. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Badgers ball on the Michigan State 39. Haluska again back to pass out on the right side. Complete to Peters for a gain of 10 and a Badger first down. First down, 10 yards to go on the Michigan State 29-yard line. Glenn Bester on the fullback delay. Veering over right tackle. Good for 3 yards. 2nd and 7 now. Wisconsin trying to get on that scoreboard. Haluska rolling out to the left side. Has the protection. Passes. Receivers out there, but the pass is too far, incomplete. Another pass was incomplete, so it's now 4th and 7 on the Michigan State 26. Haluska back to pass. The pass is out to Kolyan. It's ruled incomplete, and Michigan State takes over. Official said he trapped the ball. So the Spartans take over on downs. 1st and 10 now on their own 26-yard line. And this time it's the left halfback, Dennis Mendyke, swinging around right end, and watch this boy move. Wisconsin Badgers chasing him down the sideline. An angle shot here. Finally grabbing him and pulling him down. Danny Lewis, the last man, 56-yard run. First down, 10 yards to go on the Wisconsin 18. Gary Lowe this time breaking away from the tackle spot. Good for a gain of 4. 2nd down, 6 to go on the Wisconsin 14. Balance line to the right. Ball handed off to Dennis Mendyke again. Mendyke trying the right end spot, is tripped up for a gain of 1 yard. So it's 3rd and 5 now on the Wisconsin 13. Quarterback Jimmy Minowski fumbles. Mendyke falls on the elusive pigskin on the Wisconsin 15-yard line. So the Spartans maintain possession. Quarterback Jim Minowski again fading to pass. His man is out there, and he hits Bob Jewett in the end zone for a Michigan State touchdown. The Spartans are really rolling today. The conversion was good, and the final score is Michigan State 27, Wisconsin nothing. So Michigan State remains in the thick of the Rose Bowl race for the rousing 27-0 conquest of Wisconsin. The Badgers now have a record of 2-2. Incidentally, Wisconsin out first down and outpassed the victors, but the Spartans' tremendous ground game was the final factor. The Michigan State football team is quite a squad, isn't it? You know, as we check the records of the season this year, we find that there are only 4 major undefeated college football teams in the nation: Michigan, Maryland, Oklahoma, and West Virginia. And to be very frank with you, I doubt very much whether I'd pick any of those ball clubs over Michigan State if they were going to play this coming Saturday. The Spartans are really rolling now. It's unfortunate that we don't have a schedule that allows our major undefeated teams to play against each other to determine a clear-cut champion. However, it looks quite possible that Oklahoma and Maryland will get together in the Orange Bowl at the end of this year. Once again, our Board of Experts is going to select our All-American team this year, and this is the very lovely gift we have for each of our players and our Coach of the Year.
Through the courtesy of Lanvin for Men, this beautiful set of matched Samsonite luggage, built strongest to last longest.
Quite a gift, isn't it? Certainly deserving of the boys, and one that the boys, I'm sure, will cherish. Be with us next week, folks, when our cameras once again bring you the All-American Game of the Week. Until then, Tom Harmon bidding you all a very pleasant good evening.